cattle. They've been bred to suitable Australian conditions. Their background initially born in 1923, and just 18 head from the United States, private bloodlines cancer they can find in more than half the national herd. Huntington as the Drummond breed, the record price is $325,000 last year, and that was awarded to Britain. What we present now, the Dragons are written to the USA. The initial involvement for Australian Dragons began in Queensland up to Tropic of Capricorn. Today the breed covers all Australia. The Judge Matthew Camping and Lillard were 717 head, 28 exhibitors, and Associate Judge was Lucy Kirk. Regular Dragons are the other family. Congratulations to Andrew, Lucky family, won the Grand City Champion male Regular, Mr. Golden. The Campbell Drummond Studs are Proserpine. He given the reserve senior champion male, Campbell Hemsworth 5-4-5, pair of bulls, breeders group, Prodigy Stakes group as well. Token Drummond and a horse from Bella, Queensland. The junior champion male was Token Polty. And then Hanson from Calabar, in Queensland, reserve junior champion male, Ekka Martin. D&J Horrell from Gibby, with the calf champion bull, HH5 Boogie, 185 George, congratulations to Georgie Coo. Georgie, in fact, is the third generation of the Coo family from Mara, exhibiting here at the show with Prospero, Toronto, and was her great grandfather of the start of the Australian Expo in Rockhampton in 1988. She won the reserve calf champion bull. Campbell Brothers and Prospero won the Grand Senior Champion female. Campbell impressed 5-2-1. The junior champion female, Campbell won 8-5-7-8. 6, reserve car champion, Campbell Beauty 5972, Terra female. D&J Horrell from Gibby in Queensland, reserve senior champion female, Associated Park, which is Mrs. Jessica 968. Dean Rasmussen from King Roy, reserve junior champion female, who is Drew Ross Senior. And Kendall Pastor Company, William Cole and Gibby Cole, champion female, Kendall, Chloe 05. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for the ladies and line up the Brahman Cup. Thank you for the welcome to the end.
I was talking about you yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, Greg.
I think I was talking about Angus.
Yeah, it looked very
First out of the breed to the extended Australia in 22-23. They were imported into Tasmania. And Angus are a poultry and microsized and run for target street in solid black colour. They just had a picture show at City Horse Show. Congratulations to them. Our judge was Brad Hanson from Narrow Queensland, who had 59 dead, 16 exhibits. Congratulations to Chris Knox and also Thomas Alexander from Rocky Glen Mine, Coolabah, New South Wales, the Grand and Chief Champion Male, TSK, YXC, raised N71. They also won the Terra Bulls. Congratulations to Timber Logistics, Favourite King Roy, Junior Champion Male, Ricky Ridge, National, N15. Steve Hayward and Tony Smith from Colour, exhibit the Reserve Senior Champion Male, Country True North, N187. By Lee, and the Reserve Senior Champion Male was A9X P6SV. Henry Pass was coming from Kingaroy, Grand Senior Champion Female, the Gold Gold Yellow Pride N1H. They also exhibit the British Blue Construction Station. Barala Angus from Boonin, congratulations to Graham, Ben, and Jackie Emery, Jack Emery, and the lovely Mountain, who've had a very successful training conference done too. They exhibit the Junior Champion Female, Barala H39 Direction, King ISD, and Women's Ball and Nicknames Ticket for so small. JW and JJ and DJ Bull from Miles and Queensland, Black Angus Stud exhibit the Reserve Senior Champion Female, Black Corner N1, and the Reserve Senior Champion Junior Champion Female, Black. It was a runner. So I think and it's the other, the magnificent line of Angus Stud, to the big one. From the first, really to the lane. Following the 80s coming, very soon will be the Laser Days. Laser Days in France, so it's one of the European groups, and they like to be known as Laser Days in many business. Laser Days originated from the south of France, the Spanish border, where a lot of hot arid conditions prevail. They were introduced to Australia in 1991, and others now spread from the territory of Tasmania. Laser Days are great at shade, light are very dark, charcoal in colour, and cars are born with a golden plate, semi-grey and twinning. These plate planes are 80% heat to bone. Judges were trained in Brown from Narrow Queensland. We had 4 heads, 1 in the lane. Turning on it, flying in Queensland, and South East Queensland suffering in the Caribbean ground. We time out to come up and exhibit the Grand Champion Male, with the Caribbean pack. Champion Female, Caribbean Minute, and the Reserve Champion Female, Caribbean Stick. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Lomax family for a party. Give them a nice round of applause. Well done. Introducing now one activator, not one of the European breeds, France. People was like you know, Anderson, the one activator came here in the 1970s to receive an import. It is a large animal, wheat colour, with a range from near white to light brown. They come from arid region of the Pyrenees Mountains. The temperatures ranging from -5 degrees to 40 degrees in almost like conditions. The judges have been in from arms, the number of head was 1, and that was one of the ones to motto, and the silly dial to the Grand and Champion Female was one of Adina, M32. So put your hands together for the one of the last from Sunrise and Manor 760 and the Reserve Champion Male with the Sunrise Apache 694. The Kitty and I, ladies and gentlemen, with these magnificent cattle you see before you here. There's a lot more to be done here today, showing the cattle, but you to craft this and run into it. And I would like you to put your hands together for the introducing now Frangus. Frangus is a cross between Angus and Brahman, the first known attempt to establish Angus Brahman crosses in 1986. It was the current winner from Unloaded Queensland, and the city champion female, who would the city. Second Vegas Club from Northampton, Queensland, and third city champion female, Eleanor Park Harley, from the Wellington States. Tristan Davis from Carolina, New South Wales, the junior champion female, was the horse ship pounds in #1. And Lucy Knight from Woodgie, Queensland, the reserve junior champion female, Dynamite Family P12. So please once again put your hands together for Bobby Brown for Breaker Sally. Wonderful land that can't be with us this year because of McDonald's due to race of course. The full thing together is something like Lynn. I do say love and best wishes to them. They can rock out. The Charlotte, Nathan Franks, and all of our European crews that have been unresponsive to Charlotte were first developed in the 16th century. The Charlotte was the first European crew to enter Australia in 1969 by way of seamen imported from the UK and landmammals from New Zealand. Their coat is usually white, although as you may notice it's not white and colour. By Judgment Wayne York, Campbell, number of men 101, the number of exhibitors were 27. Four-way Charolais start from Kimberley, New South Wales, exhibited to Markham, the senior champion Wales, four-way star. Pitstop, Priceland, Leach from Woodard, Queensland, reserve senior champion Wales, Moongill, the Sundance 10. MF and NJ Nichols, who played for New South Wales, junior champion Wales, which took a while, because of the punch, and they also took the one state group. Norfolk Charolais started by this, and reserve junior champion Wales, Norfolk Wimbledon. Regan Jenny Brazil, Marlborough, New South Wales, and Mountain junior champion female, Wakefield, Mays 38. Kenlock, Price Family, Millwale, reserve senior champion female, Moongill, the ninth. Junior champion female, reserve junior champion female, Bridges Group, and NT and MJ Try from Marburg, Queensland, is the third rules. And congratulations to the Price family, the Moongill 26, Moongill 10, male 10, and Moongill 9. And a wonderful, wonderful show. Put your hands together for against the Charolais. Following the Charolais will be the Devons. The Devons are one of the British breeds that came from England, especially known as the Red Rubies. The Devon is one of the oldest British breeds of the beef cattle. First came to Tasmania in the early 1800s. By the 1870s, the Devons were established throughout New South Wales and Queensland. In 1935, the Devon Cattle Breeding Society was formed. They have a lovely red coat, are free from line cancer, and have a tolerance to life. Those with a line are New South Wales, 12 head, 3 givers, associate that with Rebecca Richard. Congratulations to GPR Edwards and Monster, they're a great success in the world. Two of their cattle, Brandon and Judy champion Martins, Little Man and People, the reserve champion, for Little Man in Park. Congratulations to Dick Stock, breeding from Malay in New South Wales, and the senior champion Male, Dick Queensland, and the reserve champion was Dick Stock in 1-4. Every champion from last champion. So, Kevin Crowder, junior champion female, Little Manning, this is nearly the second. The senior champion female, Little Manning, Tampa, to Kevin Ryan. Reserve junior champion female, Little Manning, Tampa, 3. Breeders Group, Rochester States Group, and Big Stock Breeding, New South Wales reserve senior champion female, Fixed Little in breeding therapy knowledge, and the therapy rules as well. They've come a long way to exhibit proud of business, so please put your hands together. A wonderful day to spend a nice warm Queensland. Our next breed, another drought master, another one of Queensland's own breed, the red cattle with the most win winning. Drought masters are a fixed breed of beef cattle which originated in the early 1900s in northern Queensland from the crossing of Boston Indigenous
Wait. So when do we put it in milk?
Other successful exhibitors was Newfoundland Company, for example, with junior champion male. There was Linda Dana Kensington, Rebecca Brooks from Idaho Public Queensland, reserve junior champion female for emerging students. And Paul and Lisa Lake from Israel exhibited the Progeny States Group. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the line of the Queensland State Breed Draft Masters. So let's hear it for them. Congratulations, Jason Charles, Darren Charles, leading as two wonderful champions, and their dad Bruce, who passed away in the last 12 months or so. We're so proud. And Al's here, Mum's here today, welcome to you, Mum. We're very proud of them. Our next breed will be the Flex breed, the German breed. They came from Germany, the early maturing breed. Flex breed came to Australia in 1970. They are a German Austrian largest breed with over 6 million in number. They are found across European countries. Flexi are the largest breed in South Africa, known as the ultimate cross breed because of their middle-of-the-road commercial type. The judges were Tony Grant from Windera in Queensland. There were 15 heads, there were 5 exhibitors. And KDB Cynical star Marty Rollins and Stephen Lee from Huntington in Queensland had enormous success. Ran in a champion male KDB Cross Australia, the champion female Bandika Nandi 007. Maddie McCall from New South Wales, the third champion male was Renella Nifty, and Bruce and Linda McCall from New South Wales, the third champion female was Darabah Fuller. So ladies and gentlemen, Marty himself is leading that lovely champion, so put your hands together for thank you. Give it a nice big warm up. Had great success at Lead Australia last year too. It's lovely to welcome one of the gentlemen on the committee down here, Dr. Russell Hughes, who was up to start the league. The next breed is the Gelby breed. They came from Northern Bavaria in Germany. They like to be known as maternal plus performance. And this old German breed, which came to Australia in 1988, is expanding rapidly. Well established in all states, reddish gold, rusty in colour, but also the black and straight medium lip cut. It may be difficult to pronounce Gelby, but easy to raise, simple to pronounce as properly. Judgment Stephen Reed, American number of pages 10 and number of 6. Congratulations to Adrian and Julie Henson in July. They exhibit the grand and junior champion males, which were Talabar, Phantom, Yanis, the reserve junior champion male, and Talabar Mum Action. They also exhibit the grand and junior champion female, that was Nobody Lady in Red, 14740. Also, Alicia Nixon, who's a fifth generation who's showing representation congratulations to her. She exhibits the senior champion male, Vicky House, Light Rider, N212. Annie Brennan from Mars, the senior champion male, was Kepler Nitro, N216. She also exhibited the senior champion female, Kepler Daisy, reserve junior champion female, Kepler Lady in Red, P208. The previous group, Thomas Peter from the Ravens over in Queensland to the reserve senior champion female that was from Talabar Willie in 206. So ladies and gentlemen, Magnificent Gelby, let's hear it for them. Well done. And also a young lady there that is activity. She's one of the fifth generation of Nixon family from Carlton in Western Queensland. I'd love you to give her a big warm welcome too. Come on, 5 generations, isn't that great? Introducing now the ladies of the Hereford Cattle, one breed for every need. The first Hereford Cattle to reach Australia were imported to Tasmania by the Tracy Company in 1926. Herefords come from the county of Herefordshire in South West England. They've been bred to adapt to the conditions of tropical north right through to the Central Australian parts of zones and in the colder areas of Southern Australia. The Pole Herefords, they're showing as one breed. And the Pole Herefords, they come from England. The United States of America. We have a lot of guests here today from the USA and Texas. We're only the best we'll do. The first wild Herefords were introduced to Australia in 1920 by the big family of the Meadows in our county. And as I said, they came from Texas. So welcome all our Texas friends here to share this year. My cousin Adrian Spencer from Darabah, New South Wales, who has 54 head, and we had 20 exhibitors. Devon Ford, Hereford stud, Durham, the Nixon family, Durham Brown, senior champion male, Devonport Nash, in 142. Reserve senior champion male, Devonport Nash, in 138. Reserve junior champion male, Devonport Jubilant, P190. A pair of balls for British Group. RG Ogilvy and Sons, from New South Wales, exhibit the junior champion male, the anti-prospector, RGOP 149, Crossing Stakes director the most successful pair of facilities. Manara Castle of Paul Griffith Stokes and Gunnar Witty, exhibit the women's senior champion female, Manara Raverna, NO72. DJ Partnership of Casino in New South Wales, reserve senior champion female, was Warrabar Park Flow, N263. Jamie Wallace and Michaela Pascal from Pittsburgh in Queensland, the junior champion female, Clara Mrs. Raverna, P24. Diana Paul Beveridge Stokes from Forbes, New South Wales, the reserve junior champion female, that was Kanama Ashworth, P09. Ladies and gentlemen, maintenance and heritage, let's hear it for them. Hopefully those people sitting in the grandstands just look like we're excited for our members today too, because we introduce you now Australia's own breed of Murray Greys. They all began in Victoria, the All Australian Heat Breed. The birth of Murray Grey was out the Murray River, New South Wales, Victorian border. The breed takes its name from the close origin, and of course its grey colour. In 1905, the first grey calf was born. The Murray Grey breed was the first breed of heat cattle developed in Australia under great Australian success. Another great Australian success story under Australian conditions. Our judge was Bryce Whale from New South Wales, number 1037, number of his dealers was 11. Red Gum Murray Greys from Queensland, Queensland, the Grand senior champion male, Red Gum Nightcap. Marilyn Hanson from Kingaroy, the third senior champion male was Shelby Stardust, and the junior champion male was Shelby Pac-Man. Paul and Richard from Muscat, New South Wales, the reserve junior champion male was Rochelle Prime Time T120. Catherine Taylor from Holland Park, Queensland, the Grand and senior champion female was Marona Park Cross M110, bred by the Taylor family. Junior champion female was Kingsgrove Penny and the British Group. DS and S.A. Taylor, Dr. David Taylor and his lovely wife, all came in Queensland. They exhibit the reserve senior champion female, Marina Park Savard. Marilyn Hanson from Kingaroy, Queensland, the reserve senior champion female, Shelby Absolute Star. And Wendy McDonald from Grafton, New South Wales, on the Terrible. So when you come to Queensland or right around Australia, put your hands together for our Australian own breed, the Murray Greys. More than 100 years ago, Angus breeders had red, black and grey colour in their herds. In 1970 there were enough red Angus herds to form a breed society. Red Angus are a whole breed. Our judge was Paul Foreman, from Lakeland, Queensland, 35 head, who had 11 exhibitors. Gavin and Truly Sippy from Dalby in Queensland exhibited the grand and the junior champion male, GK1D, was pretty reckless. Reserve junior champion male, GK1B par D1. Years later, Kelly Smith from Cumberland, senior champion male, that was in Bulla, never forget him, I think. Gavin and Truly Sippy from Queensland had the gold. They also won the grand and the senior champion female, with GK Diamond Mist. The junior champion female, GK1B Platinum Ruby. The pair of bulls, breeding group, the Crossing Stakes group, and CP and SJ So please put your hands together for a lovely round of Red Angus. Well done. We go to the Red Angus, the next breed will be the Red Foals. They keep them England. And I like to be known as the Cattle beef like the raw bacon and milk utilities and supper. And that will happen in the ANC, very happy Australian the cattle are dark red and cold, and it's a dual purpose breed from a deep beef, deep and not. Emphasis has changed over the years and now it's mainly used for meat production. Our judge was Stephen Reed from Northern Queensland, number had 18, number of 6. The Puna Red Holster from Marwell, New South Wales, given the ground with the junior champion male, Black Cactus, Turtle Kay, and then Buck. Nicholas and Prudence Lee from Wollongong, New South Wales, and Clubby Walker Nicholas up here this year because he doesn't do well. Congratulations to the reserve senior champion male, Amika 3 Felix. AJ and Carmen Hancock, University of New South Wales, reserve junior champion male, with his Brooker Rooster, and they won the pair of bulls and Queen's Group. Harris Quickly from New South Wales, they won the grand junior champion female. It was Willis Stanley Lacey, and also the reserve champion female was Anthony Redonda Wax. We had the Leland Newbury, winners, New South Wales, the senior champion female, was Booker Booker, Beckham Lynn, and the being from Jack Hudson from New South Wales. Really successful breeding people, truly, and really did themselves proud. And it's lovely to see them being one of the regular supporters and fans up here for this period. Our next breed is the Salmon Intruders. As I said, we have a lot of Texas here this year. Well, these came from Texas in the USA. Tomorrow beef today. And King Ranch introduced Richard Gilbert to Sanders to Australia in 1952. Sanders Intruders remain the only beef society in Australia. Remain a very strictly controlled herd classification system. Sanders are a large beef breed and are adapted to a wide range of climatic conditions. They're perfect cherry red with red pigment skin. They are all the pole. Our judges are County Bolton, Peru, Queensland, number of 162, the number of exhibitors of 33. Congratulations to that's my family. And that's congratulations to Alistair, Louise, and Andrew, and Fiona, and Annie from Wollongong. They won the grand and so the junior champion male with Yarrawonga and Invictus. And they also went on to win the grand senior champion female with the Yarrawonga Fiji, junior champion female Yarrawonga Indigo, River Bulls, and Freedom. Jason and Joanne Bulls of Emerald Queensland won the senior champion male, Cannon Winter Reality, RH7. Yugabar Powerful Company, congratulations to Rob Silliman and Raymond Family. Reserve senior champion male, Yugabar National, in 026. Also, congratulations to HRCD and SR Patton, Robbie and Queensland. Reserve junior champion male, Diamond Match Valuable, D159. Yugabar Partial Company, New South Wales, the reserve senior champion female of Yugabar, Nightingale, and Rotary State Group. And John and Rosemary McCarthy, Clifton and Queensland, won the reserve junior champion female, Rose Hill Peaches. Thanks to John and Rosemary, ladies and gentlemen, Clifton, they're cattle out there apart from the feed here, they're cattle out there like so many others are losing, eating the equivalent of what you got down here in Brisbane at the Gibson Road. So I'd like you to put your hand together for all these makers and exhibitors. Come on, give them a big round of applause. They do your part. Legendary will introduce you to the Senegal. And the Senegal, they came from the Caribbean. They are intolerant, tentative, and they resemble the native pastorals of Senegal and North West Africa, which crosses with the British Great Colony. The two reached Alphabet developed at the beginning of the 20th century. Senegal was described as a breed of William Crane. First came to Australia in the mid-1900s by the AA Company, Central Queensland and the Northern Territory. Our judge was Marty Rowland from Lakers in Queensland, number of 4 and number of 1. Wilson at the same high school in Wollongong, congratulations to you, wonderful students. They exhibit the grand champion female, silver lead star with 9, champion male with silver Horns, Lincoln released a joke, everyone to the grand and senior champion male, and there was a Caliber fourth edition. Emmabale Ford instead from Queensland, from Brammer, the junior champion male, Emmabale Postman, and also the junior champion male was Emmabale Putman. Emmabale Ford stud, exhibited also the grand and senior champion female was Emmabale 20M7, reserve senior champion female, Royal Isabel Bell, Tricia Klein, reserve junior champion female was Emmabale Pepper, the parent bulls, Bridget Reed, and Lincoln Emery from Warrnambool, New South Wales, the junior champion female was Emerald Downing Girl. So let's hear it for the Silver Boys, the breed, the Pepper Australia, giving the 200 balls. Our next breed are the Silver Dogs, and also following them will be the Silver Eyes. So Silver Eyes first, then the Silver Dogs. The Silver Eyes came from Northern New South Wales, originally in Queensland, the ultimate deep machine. The breed is derived from the crossing of Silver Ball and Brothers. In Australia, Silver Eyes is recognised as being a blend of a minimum of 25% and a maximum of 75% of Silver Ball and Brahman blood. Judge has been held for miles, the number of 2, the number of exhibitors 1, and congratulations to Marty Rolls and Steve Lee from Highfields in Queensland and Tony Beach Silver Stud. They exhibited the grand of the champion female was Tony B. Martin. So congratulations to them, and I'd love you to put your hands together to the Silver Eyes and much more welcome here today. Well done. Following the Silver Eyes are the lovely Angus of the Simmental, get it right. The Simmental Valley Switzerland are profit fishes, and Simmentals are numerically the second largest fish breed in the world, and they first came to Australia back in Canada in 1973. In Russia, there are over 17 million Simmental cattle. They are white-faced, green-racing of colour from dark blue to light red and short colour, and also black. And the judge was Ben Hill from Wales, number had 43, the number of exhibitors 10. RC, congratulations, Steve Family for Mother Elizabeth, the Golden Queensland Grand and City Champion Wales from Golden Park Navigator. They also won the previous group, the Washington States group. They also won the Grand and City Champion Female, that's a great double for them, Golden Park Miss Montana. The Junior Champion Female was Golden Park Princess Charm. KDB Silver Stud, Marty Rollins, Steve Lee from High Hills, they won the Reserve City Champion Male, KDB North. Golden W. Fairbairn from Kingroy, Queensland, the Junior Champion Male was KW Fergus and T.L. Crumps from Queensland, from Burn Blues, the Reserve Junior Champion Male, and the Nicholas Black. And Ellendale representatives up in Lakewood, they exhibit the Reserve City Champion Female, Ellendale flirting with the Sheriff, the Reserve Junior Champion Female, Ellendale smoking hot and hot. What a lovely lineup. Put your hands together for the magnificent Seminoles. As they spread out, the next breed will be the South Devon, as they came from England to lead for this first. The South Devon breed was evolved in the south of Devon County of the United Kingdom. It's in the early 70s, the South Devon was becoming more widespread, and the original importation of light cattle from New Zealand and sent to Australia. Light imports to Australia from New Zealand, red stock was soon to follow as well. Our judge was Tim Light from Armidale, New South Wales. The number of head were 5, the number of exhibitors 2. Congratulations to the McCutcheon family from Diamond, which is outside of Dowie, of the Darling Downs in Queensland. They exhibited the ground with the champion male that resembled Jambili Nonu in the low 1, reserve champion male with Jambili Nahoba in the low 5, champion female Paulina Blossom L18. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the McCutcheon family. Let's hear it for them. Give them a big more wide. The lovely South Lady. Introducing now one of the last of the breeds winter nation, the Speckled Park. Thank you for coming. Relatively known as the balanced breed of components. Speckled Park from Canada, the beginning in Saskatchewan. The aim was to breed and develop a middle of the road, medium-sized, Hollywood peacock. Well, they've certainly done that. And of course, the balanced breed with collarbones. In 2007, the first embryos were imported to Australia, and I've certainly grown since then. Our judge was Scott Penn from Blackburn, New South Wales, number of people 48, number of exhibitors were 13. Dennis Roberts from Lucky Waters in Queensland given the grand and the senior champion male, that was AAA Eliza N28. We also had Troy Hepburn from McKinney Hilton, New South Wales, grand and senior champion female in County County. Also given the junior champion female, Foxdale Hill. Congratulations to Bottle Grove, Speckle Park, over on New South Wales, they were one of the very first to import Speckle Park in Australia. They exhibit the reserve senior champion male, Bottle Grove Blaze of Glory, Part 1, the junior champion male, Bottle Grove Player T201, the reserve junior champion male, Bottle Grove Dust, and Smoke Pier 7, Pivot Bulls, and the Breeders' Group. Congratulations also to Tanya Patchett, Lucky Waters, the reserve senior champion female, another Kerry Park Lauren, Beth Hyde from Pepper Park State in New South Wales. She given the reserve junior champion female was Rob Roy Penny, and also congratulations to those with all the beautiful plant Speckle Park. Put the car back and put your hands together. You can all be round of applause. Thank you. The last thing to introduce you to is three legends. Don't go home because straight after this, all the champions are going to come back into this arena. Mr. Keelan Roberts is going to introduce you to the champion of champions, which is so exciting each year, so stay in your seats, folks. It's as good as the bed. Don't you leave and go home. Stay and enjoy the poetry from Keelan Roberts. Coming your way very soon. Square metres, originally from New South Wales, double profit makers. Rick Ventura set about developing a breed of cattle that suit the domestic market. The aim was to have cattle that would produce 260 to 300 kg kilos in 89 months, particularly for the restaurant trade. Our judge was Graham Brown from Mundera in Queensland, number of Happy Nine, number of exhibitors 2. Gary Hethersey was the One Line Queensland, exhibited the grand and the senior champion male, Oakville Man to Man. They also exhibited the grand and senior champion female, Oakville Never Enough, reserve junior champion female, Oakville Patience, the Breeders' Group. E.G. and Vijay Ross from the local man in Queensland, which is the junior champion male. There was Rosalina's Peter Pan and E.G. and Vijay Ross from local man, the reserve senior champion female. Rosalina's from Canada, the junior champion female was Kuiki Squares Diamond. There was New Zealand, 24 breeds, 905 exhibits, 250 exhibitors. And I'd like to Queensland to put your hands together for the ball. Come on, use the lead ball. They've done you proud. They really have. So please stay and enjoy it because very soon Mr. Keelan Roberts is going to introduce you to all the champions. And God bless you all, and I'll be back later on this afternoon at 5 o'clock to introduce you to 11 young people that are Queensland Rural Ambassadors before we start to commence the evening program. So welcome to the Ekka. Have a great afternoon. And a very special thank you to all that's helped me, and especially my wife Nikki, and providing all the information for the very great. Before I go once again, can I ask you to put your hands together, all the stewards, all the volunteers, come on, give them a big round of applause. They're the ones that make it. They make it, they really do. So enjoy your afternoon, and thank you, Gary Nolan, and thank you all for being here to enjoy great spectacle today.
Beef Cattle Committee of the RNA for extending the invitation and allowing me the opportunity to assess these cattle here today. It's a tremendous event, and you can see why it's held in such high honour. The second group of people I'd like to thank is the judges that have judged all these cattle here over yesterday and today. I think it's a tremendous effort to go through the cattle that have been put here and to put through what I think we'd all agree is a tremendous lineup of cattle here in front of us now at the moment. The third group of people I'd like to thank, and especially thank, is the exhibitors. It takes a lot of time and effort to get these cattle here today. It's 3-4 years in the program, longer for some of these cow-calf pairs, and I think it's a tremendous achievement, especially in the economic trying times and condition-wise. And could you just please put your hands together to show our appreciation for the quality of the effort to get these cattle here today. I'm just going to quickly go through a very brief commentary about this cattle we have here, and then we'll pull out a final selection. We'll be able to go through and narrow it down to the top 8, and then work our way through to our supreme female here for 2019. I'm going to start off with the Angus female. An Angus female, a very angular female. I like the femininity of this female. A female doing a really good job on that calf behind. Today though, ladies and gentlemen, a female that probably just doesn't quite have that overall body capacity or udder structure that we see in other females. So today we're going to continue her around and she'll stay in our second lineup. The Bazadase female is a female that, again, we've got to admire for that hind quarter expression, tremendous length of body. A female is very structurally sound, and she's passed the job of getting in calf, putting that bull calf on the ground, but just not quite the udder strength in terms of rear ligament and fore udder attachment that we see in other females here today. The blonde Aquitaine, again, a female with tremendous shield through that hind quarter, and strength of top and structurally sound, with a really strong female calf behind, but just not the capacity and rear rib and fore rib expression that we see in other females here today. The Bradford female, a female that's got a long time to go in front of her, only a young female, a female that's structurally sound but doesn't quite have that overall body capacity that we see in the other females here today. The Brahman female, a young female that's doing a great job on that young calf. We can see that the environmental attributes, or the attributes in this animal that allows it to handle those harsher conditions. A female is very structurally sound. Today, just not quite that body capacity to come up into our top line. The Brangus female, a female with a tremendous amount of body and capacity. I love the amount of spring of rib we see in this female. A female that's structurally sound and a really strong sapping calf behind. And for that reason, we're going to bring her out here into our top 8. The next female, ladies and gentlemen, the Charolais female. A female that's tremendously wedgy up front. We get from behind tremendous amount of width through that hip pin and thirl area that carries down through that lower thigh. Tremendous hind quarter rear ligament attachment and fore udder attachment, and a really sweet heifer calf behind, and we're going to bring her out into our first lineup. Devon female, ladies and gentlemen, a female that, is from a breed that not a lot of genetic diversity, but with a female that's structurally sound, we can see the attributes that breed has to the industry. She's a very soft, easy doing female. A female that's tremendously long, she's clean up front, but for a female of that age, just not quite the capacity of some of the other females that we have here. The Droughtmaster female, again, I really do appreciate for that capacity and the softness of skin we see in this female. A female is very efficient in her makeup. I like that mid-maturity pattern we see in this female. She is structurally very sound with a tremendous bull calf following on behind, and for that reason we're going to bring her into our top 8. The Fleckview female, ladies and gentlemen, again, a female, a very angular female through that front end, tremendous length of top and dimension through that hind quarter through the lower thigh. A female for this age, I'd like to see a little bit more strength in rear ligament attachment and fore udder attachment. I do appreciate the teeth sayers on this female, but a female to me that just doesn't quite have that overall body dimension and hind quarter capacity, so she's going to carry out into our second line today. The Gilby female, a female that hasn't had the chance to put a calf on the ground yet, but a female that's very clean fronted, a female that's tremendously long, not quite that dimension of rear lower thigh that we see in other females here today. For that reason, we're going to keep it going around in the second lineup. The Polar Elephant female, a female, a tremendously long-bodied female, and we get behind her. She's tremendously wide through that hip pin and thirl. I really do appreciate the body capacity and the cleanliness of front, and that strength of jaw and muzzle we see in this female. A really nice, sweet young heifer calf along behind, and for that reason, she's going to come into our top line. We're now going to move into the limited female, a female that I really do admire for that hind quarter capacity. A female, she's got a tremendous amount of rib shape and really strong for that giant and top line. A female with that is still clean through the front. I admire that strength of muzzle we see in this female and the structural soundness. Really sweet heifer calf behind and showing that strength of top that we see in the cow. For that reason, she's going to come through to our top line. The Murray Grey female, ladies and gentlemen, again, a really clean fronted female, a very feminine, refined front on this female. I do admire the capacity you see through that hip pin and thurl area. A really sweet udder on this female and a tremendously long bull calf following behind. This female, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is a really function efficient female, but just probably doesn't quite have that squareness of rear leg motion we see in the top females, and for that reason she's going to go into the second lineup today. The Red Angus female, a really moderate in terms of maturity pattern. I really do admire the refinement through the front end, that strength of spine. We get behind her, she's nice and wide through that hip pin and thurl region, and that carries down through the lower thigh. A female that's got a tremendous amount of capacity, and that's flowing into that heifer calf following behind. That's a mirror image of the cow. For that reason, we're going to bring her around into our top lineup here today. The Red Pole, ladies and gentlemen, again, a female that's very clean fronted. She's a tremendously long-bodied female. A female that's structurally sound, but a female that just hasn't had that time of age to show what she can do compared to some of the cows we have out here in the class today. But we really do have to appreciate the width of hind quarter we see in this female, that length of body and strength of top. But unfortunately today she's going to be in our second line. The Santa Gertrudis female, a really strong matron of the breed, and a female that, if we want to put a bit more performance and later maturity in our females, I think this female really does a job for us. A female we've got to appreciate for that strength of top. Really tremendous amount of loin in this female. I love the amount of capacity we see through the soundness and that ease of movement. But for here today, ladies and gentlemen, a female that probably just doesn't quite have that refinement through the front end of our top lineup, and she's going to go around into our second line here today. The short arm female, a very refined female, tremendous amount of a length of body. A female that probably doesn't quite have that degree of lower expression through that lower thigh or the expression through that rear rib, but a female we've got to appreciate for the fertility traits we see in this female and the functionality, and I think as a female we really have a great place in the herd that she's involved with. But today not quite the body capacity we see in the females on our top line, so she's going to be in our second line here today. The Simbro female, a female again we've got to appreciate for the amount of carcass we see in this female. A female of tremendous hind quarter, really strong through that chine and through that lumbar region. A female that's tremendously structurally sound, just not quite the integrity of udder attachment or the quarter evenness that we see in our top females here today, and unfortunately she's going to be our second line up today. The Simmental female is a female I really do appreciate for that refinement through the front end. Tremendously strong muzzle female, a female to admire the smooth motion and the ability just to float along. The really impressive part of this female is that we've got a tremendously stout bull calf following on behind. I admire the ability for this female to be feminine, but to put a tremendous amount of muscularity and power into the calf following behind, and for that reason we're going to bring her into our top lineup. The South Devon female, a female that really just oozes femininity and softness of skin. I think a female that's got, I really appreciate the silkiness in that udder. A female that, to me, has a lot to offer the industry in terms of that length of body and structural soundness. A female here that I really do admire for that softness of skin and just has the basics right. But a female to me that doesn't quite have the strength in the calf that we see following behind to make it up into our top lineup here today. So unfortunately we're going to put her into that second lineup. The Speckled Park female, a female again we've got to appreciate for that refinement through that front end. A female that is tremendously strong through that top line. I really do appreciate the maturity pattern of this female. A female that I'd like to probably see a little bit more udder development, a little bit more milk in that udder for a calf of that age. But a female that we do appreciate for the qualities that she has. But today, not quite the body capacity to get her into the top line here in 2019. And finally, the square metre female, a female I really do appreciate for that angularity through the front end, a real wedgie shaped female. We get from behind and there's a tremendous amount of spring of rib through that rear rib and fore rib. A female's got a really sweet udder, tremendous rear udder attachment and fore udder attachment, and she's got a really sweet calf following on behind. A female that I think, you know, it's a breed that to me Doesn't have the mature cow size that we see in some of the other females, but for her structural correctness and for that integrity that we see there, we're going to put her in the top line up here today. Congratulations. So ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to have one more quick look through these, and we'll start to whittle it down until we get to our top 3 and then announce our champion here for 2019.
Whilst that's progressing, we'd like to welcome to our stud beef cattle judging ring the President of the Royal National Association, Mr. David Thomas. Did a great job, David. Good to have you here for our judging of the Grand Champion. Carol, Grand Champion Female for the 2019 show. We've also got Mr. Rob Simpson there, the Vice President for Queensland for Santos. Santos, very generous supporters and sponsors for our beef cattle section in the championship area. And present the Elder Shield of Excellence. Put your hands together for all of our sponsors and trophy donors and so on. Just a reminder to our exhibitors of the females that have just been judged in the Champion of Champions. Don't go away because we still need you for the pairs, judging of the Champion of Champions pair. No females don't take it up for the shed just yet. We need you still here for the Champion of Champions pair. Grand Champion Female. $3,000 prize money for our Grand Champion Female. I'd like to thank Santos for that sponsorship. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Bassing Flight Trophy for the Champion of Champions Bull. Just whilst they are parading, I'd like to call on the Vice President for Queensland for Santos, Mr. Rob Simpson, just to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Santos has proudly been sponsoring the Champion of Champions for a number of years now, and we've been working side by side with our landholders and local communities for the past 60 years, sustainably developing natural gas resources. I'd I'd like to acknowledge all the efforts of the producers here today who have pulled together such a quality lineup of cattle. I also like to note the ongoing drought that's affecting much of Queensland and New South Wales. Our own cattle has been greatly impacted by the drought, so we do understand the challenges that it imposes. We were proud to support the Country Women's Association drought appeal that was raised at the Ekka this time last year. And we know all the good work that has done, and the fund has made a real difference to families that require need during the drought. I would like to congratulate you all, well done, and I wish everyone a wet spring and summer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob, and that goes without saying, we hope everybody gets rain. Parading now are our bulls, ladies and gentlemen, and leading the parade is our Grand Champion Angus Bull, BSK YXC New Age and 71, exhibited by CR Knox and HR Alexander. The Champion Bazados Bull follows, that's Caribbean Pax, exhibited by Tony Lomax. The Bradford Big Valley 15, exhibited by Big Valley Bradford Stud, was our Champion Bradford Bull. Grand Champion Brahman Bull was Raglan Mr. Coghlan, exhibited by Raglan Brahmans. In the Brangus section, Lazy S Diplomat, exhibited by Sue Fawcett, was the Grand Champion Brangus Bull. Grand Champion Charolais was Four Ways North Star, exhibited by Four Ways Charolais. In the Devon breed, Little Manning Abel, exhibited by GE and BR Edwards, was the Champion Devon Bull. Grand Champion Droughtmaster exhibit, 71 exhibits, was Glenland's Waverley, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. In the Fleckbees, KBV Prosecutor, exhibited by KBV Simmentals, was the Champion Fleckbee Bull. Gelfies Wee Talabar Phantom Menace, exhibited by AJ and JC Nixon, was the Grand Champion Gelfie Bull. Grand Champion Hereford Bull Devoncourt Advance N142, exhibited by Devoncourt Hereford, was the Grand Champion Hereford. In the limousines, Birdie Hold Playboy, exhibited by Birdie Hold Limousine Stud, was the Champion Bull. Grand Champion Murray Grey Bull Red Gum Nightcap, exhibited by Red Gum Murray Greys. Red Angus GK, somebody just tripped over the lead there. GK IB Pretty Reckless, exhibited by G&K Isipi, was the Grand Champion Red Angus Bull. Red Poles Red Cactus Joe Boy, exhibited by Laguna Red Poles, was the Champion Red Pole Bull. Grand Champion Santa Gertrudis Yarrawonga Invictus, exhibited by D and AD Bassingthwaite and Company. Centre Poles Silverleaf Piper, exhibited by Wilsonton State High School, was the Champion Centre Pole. In the Shorthorns, Malleevale News Edition, exhibited by Morellon Shorthorns, was the Grand Champion Shorthorn Bull. Simmentals Meldon Park Navigator, exhibited by RC and EM Skeen, was the Grand Champion Simmental Bull. In the South Devons, Jambilly Nonu N001, exhibited by the McCutcheon family, was the Champion South Devon Bull. Speckled Parks and AAA Eliza N28, exhibited by Dennis Roberts, was the Grand Champion Speckled Park Bull. And the Grand Champions Square Metre Bull Oakvale Man O Man, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. champion bull will receive the Bassingthwaite Family Trophy. It's a perpetual trophy in honour of the continued support and energy that the Bassingthwaite family have put into the RNA over many, many years. They will also receive a $3,000 cheque from Santos, the Elders Shield of Excellence Trophy, and some more product from Farmer Logic. We've only got about 40 people have had a go at the People's Choice Award. There's still plenty of time to get that in. I think we've only got about 40 in so far.
You've got one like one. Up and down, but yeah, they're different. Karen's just joined up. Yes, that's where she's confused.
That's why I didn't think you were. No, I'm not. But I didn't want to be rude.
Get back to me. Voiceover.
Carry on. My wife Kate.
Voiceover that went viral.
Push out.
And for those of you wishing to enter into the People's Choice Award, the link is displayed on the big screen again, I understand. So if you want to attempt the People's Choice Award, the link is on the screen.
Differentiation, and also that the ability in terms of the different growth rates for different markets that we require. I think that when we look here, we can see the influence that is required within the beef industry. We are lucky that we have an industry that we are protein, an industry that produces protein, and with that protein we have different requirements the consumer wants, from a high yielding through to a high quality program and a protein source. And I think that the breeds that we have standing out here in front of us today are very tremendous examples of cattle we require within the beef industry to actually allow us to produce those protein sources. We're going to go through these cattle again, and I'm going to bring out the top lineup, and then we'll go through and pick out a Supreme Bull for 2019. But before I do that, is again, put your hands together for the tremendous lineup of bulls that we have here today. Bull that has the ability to soften in the environmental conditions that we have here at the moment. I think it's really good that we have some cattle that have the ability to soften but still have the ability to have a carcass underneath it. For that reason, we're going to bring him up into our top lineup. The Bazadais bulls, ladies and gentlemen, a bull that gives away a lot of performance in terms of age, but a bull that we've got to admire for the degree of yield through that top line, through the chine and through that high quarter region, but a bull that just doesn't have that overall muscle, the body capacity and a rear rib dimension that we see in the other bulls here today. We've got a Bradford bull, ladies and gentlemen, a bull that's structurally very sound. He just flies along. I really do appreciate that he's a movement on parade. A bull that, again, when we look at his skin, a tremendous amount of eye muscle with the ability to soften, and a bull that I really do appreciate for that here today, and for that reason we're going to bring him into our top lineup. The Brahman bull, ladies and gentlemen, and to me has been involved with the ultrasound industry. It's a breed that really has improved the degree of yield within that cattle out of sight. A bull that is tremendously sound on parade. I really do admire the strength of chine and the strength of lumbar that we see in this bull. A bull with that same amount of muscle expression carries down through that lower thigh, and for that reason we're going to bring him into our top lineup here today. The Brangus bull, ladies and gentlemen, again, a really structurally sound bull, a bull that we just really admire for that ease of movement, a bull that tremendous testicular development, a bull that to me just shows a lot of functionality within the industry if we want to produce some replacement females, all through to a high yielding carcass. But today, ladies and gentlemen, just doesn't quite have that overall body dimension or strength of chine that we see, so we're going to leave him into our second lineup here today. The Charolais bull, ladies and gentlemen, a bull with a tremendous amount of presence. I really admire the head carriage we see in this bull. A bull when he's on parade just wants to float around. A bull I really do admire for that high quarter expression that we see. Tremendous testicular development, and a bull with tremendous length of body. For that reason, we're going to bring him into our top line. The Devon bull, ladies and gentlemen, again, a younger bull that hasn't had the chance to mature out, but in this bull we can see a bull that's structurally very sound. We do admire the softness and the subtleness of skin we see in this bull. A breed that's renowned for its ability to handle really hard conditions, but today just not quite the performance or the depth of rear heel that we see in our other bulls making the top lineup today, so he's going to stay in our second lineup. The Drought Master bull, a bull again I really do appreciate for the volume and capacity we see in this bull. A bull that's just really free and easy on parade. A bull with tremendous testicular development, and I really do admire that smooth, easy muscle pattern. For that reason, we're the top line here today. The Fleckfeet bull, a bull again, a very sound, easy doing bull, a bull that we've got to admire for the degree of expression of muscle through that chine, through that lower thigh. A bull with that amount of expression, I really do admire the softness and subtleness of skin, and for that reason we're going to bring him up here to the top. The Gelby bull, ladies and gentlemen, a bull we've got to admire for the yield and the strength of top in this bull, a bull that is tremendously long body. I appreciate the refinement through the front end capacity, but ladies and gentlemen, just doesn't quite have that softness or the rib.
Okay, so next
He's going to stay in our
year,
second line
see
today.
where that contraption
The Polar
guys got
bull, I
the
really
video
do admire for the refinement through the front end. A bull that's profiles exceptionally well. A bull that I really do admire for that refinement through the front end, that length of body. A bull that with not the most expressive of muscle patterns, but a very long, soft, easy doing bull. Today, just not quite expression of muscle through that lower thigh, picking him up in the top line in our second line today. We're now going to move on to the gentleman, a young calf who's tremendously amount of presence and sire appeal to him. A bull that's one of the youngest bulls here in the class. I really appreciate that strength of chine and the refinement through the front end for that amount of muscle in the top line, and we're going to bring him through in our top line here today. The Murray Grey bull, again with a tremendous amount of body. A bull that I do appreciate for that amount of capacity and strength of fore rib and rear rib. A bull that we've got to admire for that strength of loin, but today, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't quite have that strength of chine behind the shoulder, and for that reason he's going to stay in our second lineup. The Red Angus calf, ladies and gentlemen, again only a baby kilos. The capacity we see in this bull, a bull that is very soft in his makeup, and a bull that we've got to admire for that hind quarter expression. A bull to me, though, ladies and gentlemen, not quite as free in his hind leg movement, a little bit as what we see in some of the other bulls here today, and for that reason he's going in our second line. The red pole bulls, ladies and gentlemen, again a tremendously long body bull. You can admire that depth of fore rib and rear rib. A bull that doesn't quite though have the expression of hind quarter that we see in the other bulls here today, and for that reason it's not going to go up into our top line. Santa Gertrudis bull, a bull with a tremendous amount of expression through that line. I really do appreciate the hind quarter and that depth through the tail of the eye muscle we see in this bull. A bull that's very smooth on parade, a bull that's clean underneath, and for that extra degree of hind quarter expression we're going to bring through our top line up here today. The centre pole bull, ladies and gentlemen, again a bull with a really clean fronted bull, a bull that doesn't quite show that depth of body we see in the other calves here today, but a bull that is structurally would bone out very well, not much bone, like a very fine and efficient bone in this bull, but not quite the overall body dimension that we see in the other bulls here today, so he's going to stay in our second line. The short on bull, again, a really clean fronted, long body bull. I admire the cleanliness underneath and the testicular development of this bull. A bull that when we get behind, adequate growth for his age, but I really do admire the top line on this bull and the way that carries down through the lower thigh, and we're going to bring it through to our top line up here today. The Simmental bull, a bull I do really admire for the performance and expression of hind quarter that we see in this bull. A bull that's really strong up on top, a bull that for that amount of muscle is still clean enough through the front end. I really do admire the strength of head and the character we see in this bull, and for that reason he's going to come into our top line up here today. The South Devon bull, tremendous amount of constitution and capacity in this bull. A bull that I really do admire for that depth of body. A bull that is so soft in his makeup. I really do admire the strength of jaw in this bull, but a bull to me with that capacity is just not quite as strong behind the chine as some other bulls here today, and so for that reason he's going to stay in our second lineup. The Speckled Park bull, a bull is very safe in his makeup, a bull that we've got to admire for that length of body, a bull that I really do admire for the amount of capacity, the depth of fore and rear rib we see in this bull. To me, ladies and gentlemen, a bull that doesn't quite have that degree of muscle expression down through that lower thigh as some of the other bulls, but a very eye-appealing bull, but a bull that's still worthy of our top lot up here today. Finally, the square metre bull, ladies. We've really got to appreciate for that softness and the constitution we see in this calf. A calf with a really soft, easy-doing muscle pattern, a bull that is structurally very sound. To me, that, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't quite have that stretch of front that we see in our top lineup, and for that reason, he's going to stay in our second lineup here today. So congratulations to the people that have made the exhibits that have made the top lineup. I'm now going to go through, do another quick analysis, and we'll bring out our top four and then announce our champion for 2019. Thank you.
Don't forget the People's Choice Award. Want as many votes in there as we can possibly get. The People's Choice Award. The link is showing on the big screen out behind me here. So get your entry in for the People's Choice Award. A lot of fun. See how close you can go to
Because that could be quite good.
our judge here, Mr. Roger Evans.
I don't say anything. You probably just.
Start these bulls we have out here today. We're going to bring 4 bulls out to award our champion for 2019. In no particular order, can we have the drought monster? Can we have the Charolais? The body capacity we see in these bulls, the hindquarter expression, the strength of spine, the ability for these bulls to get around the ring when they're carrying the amount of weight that they are, but the amount of weight that we see for the age of these is a credit to the exhibitors, and we can see why these bulls will really have an impact within the industry. I think that we really do appreciate that length of body in this bull. A bull that's so easy on parade. I really do admire the expression of hindquarter in this bull. A bull with tremendous testicular development. If I wanted to be slightly critical, I might like to just strengthen up that top line behind the shoulder there, but it's really been super critical, and I think it's a tremendous exhibit for a beef bull. The Charolais bull, tremendous bull that stands over a tremendous length of a bull to me that really does exhibit the expression of muscle that we know of European breeds, but with that has the ability to soften and make a yielding carcass that has the ability to cover in terms of ensuring an eating experience that's really positive. A bull that I really do admire for that length of body. If I'm going to be slightly critical, I might like to just refine it a little bit through the top of the shoulder there, maybe just a little bit more set out of those hind legs, but tremendous bull. We've got to appreciate the good in a brunt bull, really front bull. Pressure of top line that we see in this bull, a bull that is really strong through that chine, tremendous amount of muscle through that through the line there, and that carries down through the lower thigh. A bull that's really clean for a tremendous amount of top line that we see on him, and I really do admire the capacity we see in this calf. If I wanted to change the refraction, I might just like to make it a little bit wider based on the ruck, but we really do admire the functionality and the lot of good that we see in terms of yield of this calf. The Angus bull, it's very clean through that front, the amount of expression on top. A pull that rear door wide for that capacity seat through the fore rib, through that rear rib, and that expression down that whole thigh. We can get nice and strong through that chine. I really do admire the softness and the silkiness in the skin that we see in this bull here today, with a tremendous amount of testicular development for that age. We have 4 bulls here, ladies and gentlemen, that I really do appreciate for what we can see within the industry, where their main production emphasis are going to lie, and where we can afford to utilise these bulls both in a purebred and a crossbreeding situation. Like the task, ladies and gentlemen, to pick a bull that I think has the best combination of fat and muscle, structural soundness, and also growth range. To me, ladies and gentlemen, there's one bull that just slightly edges that out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Angus bull from 2009.
Rob Simpson from Sandos with the ribbon, Blake Munro from Elders with the Elders Shield of Excellence.
You're right, Gary.
What I'm actually going to do, ladies and gentlemen, once we get all the rest of them in, we're going to pull out 5 groups. I think that the 5 groups that we pull out are a combination of a really masculine bull, and a bull that's got tremendous amount of muscle expression, tremendous growth for age, the ability to soften, and all the fertility and structural aspects that require in a bull. We've got a female that's going to have a lot of capacity. She's going to be structurally sound. She's going to have a really good thumping calf beside her, and I think as you can see where the production systems are going from these the people that have these cattle out here in front of us today, and I really do congratulate the exhibitors for that. Before we get them out, there'll be one more thank you that I would like to say, and that is to the RNA. It's a tremendous opportunity to be able to come out here and assess these cattle today in a really prestigious event, and I congratulate them for putting on this competition. Also, congratulations and thanks must go to our stewards and to everyone that's actually put this competition on here today, and I really do commend all the people, the exhibitors that have come out and conducted themselves in a very sportsman and professional manner, and I thank you for the way that you've done that here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we've now got the last group in place, and I'm going to pull out in no order, but as we go down, can we get the Charlotte to come out, please? Can we get the Drought Master to come out, please? Can we get the Limousin to come out, please? Can we get the Red Angus to come out? And can we get the to come out, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I think that when we see these 5 groups line up, I can think that we can see, I know some variation in the ages of these cattle, but I think that we can see a direction which the breed and also the breeders are going with the type of cattle they put out here today. We've got, as I said before, we've got bulls with structurally sound. We've got 2 younger calves here in the Limousin and the Red Angus, but we can see the consistency and type that we see in the female, the older female that's within the group. I think that we've got some cattle here that really do tick all the boxes in terms of structural soundness, in terms of phenotypic excellence, growth patterns, and I really do commend these cattle. Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the winner for the group here in 2019, again a quick show of appreciation by a round of applause for these 5 groups that we have out here. I think when we analyse these groups, we've got a Civitel group. I really do appreciate the expression of muscle in this bull, as I said before. A bull with a tremendous amount of shine. We've got a female that's a very refined female, tremendous strength and muscle with a really good calf beside. To me, if I want to change them a little bit more udder expression in the cow, a little bit more freedom of movement in the bull, that really motion, but that's been super critical. The Red Angus pair, we've got a really soft, moderate front cow with a tremendous amount of rib depth and fore expression. I really do admire the plainness to the front end, the strength of chine, and the ability for that cow to put a really soft, subtle calf behind her. It's a credit to the exhibitor. Again, with a bull with a tremendous amount of chine, tremendous hindquarter, and a bull is going to get better as he gets older. We get into the Limousin pair. 2 animals that really excel in terms of their strength of chine, the hindquarter expression, the ability to have that carcass, but also to have probably not quite the strength of rear udder attachment that we see in the cow compared to some of the other groups that you know, tremendous skill. We'll get to his third ball in a minute. The Drought Master group, again, a group of cattle that we can appreciate for where they sit in the industry. A group of cattle that really do have what I think is excellence in carcass expression, but also with the ability to offer tremendous suppleness of skin, which to me indicates a quality carcass. And what I mean by quality is just that I think that the carcass under there would be fine textured. Quality doesn't mean it has to have a heap of marbling, but I think with the suppleness of skin and the ease of fleshing that we see in these cattle, I really do appreciate it. And the thing that I really admire is the performance of the calf that's on that cow, tremendous calf for that age. We've got a Charolais pair, again, that oozes expression of muscle and power for it, that we know that the Charolais breed has and the European breeds of cattle have. We've got a cow that I think is a tremendously strong top cow. She's real clean through the front. I admire that rear udder attachment. The fore udder attachment's great, and I think that the calf is a mirror image of it. We've got a bull with a tremendous amount of hindquarter. I really do admire that expression on top that we see. With that, the amount of rear rib. If I wanted, as I said before, if I wanted to change him a little bit, I want just one that's just flying up over the point of the shoulder there. But I think a bull that has a tremendous amount of expression and a tremendous amount of good to offer the industry. To me, ladies and gentlemen, there's one group here that really does excel in terms of the uniformity and just a slight little improvements of other set than what we see compared to the top two groups. But ladies and gentlemen, for 2019, we're going to go with the Charolais for our champion of champions for the group here today. Congratulations to the other exhibitors. Again, I've had a tremendous time here today, and I thank the RNA again for the opportunity, and I wish you all the best for a wet 2019-2020. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roger, and congratulations on the job well done, ladies and gentlemen. Our champion of champions pair, the Charolais, Four Ways North Star, exhibited by Four Ways Charolais, and Wakefield Amaze 38, exhibited by Greg and Jenny Frizzell. Again, we have $3,000 in sponsorship from Santos, and we have Mr. Rob Simpson and Simon Jensen from Santos to present the ribbons. Blake Monroe from Elders to present the, yeah, that's all right, the Shield of Excellence. And of course, Mr. Alan Warby of the Warby family. It's the Warby family trophy for the Champion of Champions. The Champion of Champions pair being the Charolais. This is the 8th time in 11 years they've won it, I think.
People that have prepared them.
And before that, I lost count of it after that, but they've certainly been very strong competitors in our
David's on there,
Champion of
and that's
Champions.
the other two, yeah.
So they will get the job of leading the parade. Now the Cottrell family trophy.
Get you guys all in?
The Cottrell family trophy also for the People's Choice Award. And the People's Choice Award again goes to the Charolais. So they agreed with our main judge, our over judge, Paul Cottrell. Paul and Alex and Candice, they do a tremendous job around the show here in the various sections that they're in. They're tied up in just about everything, I think, that's going on in livestock concern.
We'll never use that sort of word with the question. I think I know everybody anyway. Is that the Santos man this time?
Yeah, Simon Jensen. There's two Robs also.
Oh, so, yeah. Yeah, so no Rob, so.